Oh, hello, what's going on? How have you been? Don't mind me, I'm just fixing the beanie here. It's funny, the other day my buddy actually looked at me and he was like, dude, why are you wearing beanies that don't cover your ears? Isn't that, defeating the purpose of wearing a winter hat is to, keep your head and your ears warm during the winter season? And I replied with, I don't know, man, I just dig them, I think they're cool. Decided to, kind of change things up a little bit, do something new. It's also kind of funny because I look like a dock worker waiting for, ships to come into a marina, so then that way I can unload their freight, tie down some boats, anchor them to the dock, or whatever dock workers do. What's going on? My name is Mikey Olexy. Welcome back to another video. How are you doing? How have you been? It is great to see every single one of you. Today, we're talking about why it can be a bad idea to use presets. Now, if you don't know what a preset is, let's say that you went out and you went to this new place that you've never been to before. You went on this super killer trip, you got all these photos, or maybe you went and you did some portrait work, or you went to a new city of some sort, or maybe you've done some product photography, and you came home and you just dumped all these photos into your computer, and then you go to editing, and you just come up with this one super creative overall look that you really, really like. What you do is you would take these group of adjustments and you would save them into its own file that's known as a preset. Now, Lightroom has its own presets that it comes with, and also some other photographers also sell their own. So then that way, if you wanted to edit like that photographer, you can purchase their presets, and then you can apply those presets to your own photos and have the same type of look that they come up with. Or let's say that you made this overall look that you really, really liked. You then saved it as a preset, and then later down the line, maybe a year or so, you're like, man, I really, really liked when I edited that one photo, but I had no idea what the adjustments were. Well, you can save these adjustments as a preset, and then you can apply them to photos later down the line. So then that way, those overall looks that you've created, they can fit that specific photo. Saves you a whole bunch of time and a headache of having to go through old folders and old photos trying to find that specific look that you created, or maybe you don't even have it anymore. Maybe you accidentally completely formatted your drive and you have no idea what that photo even looked like, and all you can remember is, man, I really, really wish that I had that edit. I really wish I can remember how I edited that photo, because that would look so good on this photo right now. And then at this point, you can't even use that old photo because it's gone forever to even use as a reference to edit this photo to. Now, if you have no idea where to find your presets, what you can do is you can open up Lightroom and you'll see this little sidebar here. Click on this and then you'll see presets. Click on presets, and then here are some that I've made, some that I bought, and then here are all of the ones that Lightroom has to offer. There's deep skin, medium skin, light skin, retro, black and white, cinematic, and the list goes on and on and on. Now let's say that you want to make your own. What you would do is you would go and edit a photo to your liking, create an overall look, and then what you would do is you go over here to this little plus symbol, click on that, you'll see create presets and then import presets. Now, import presets is exactly what it is. You would import presets from presets that you've bought from photographers or ones that you've downloaded for free online, and then you would just click on import presets and you would just follow the steps from there. But in this case, we're going to create our own, so we're going to click on create preset, and then you could just name it accordingly. So here we'll name it mountain, and then in the group, what that is you can select exactly where you want to place that preset, and you can create new groups of them. So let's say that I wanted to import this to the Explorer group. I would click on Explorer, and then it would get sent to there. Now down here you have all of these options, and here are all the adjustments that you are choosing to save. And then you would click on Create. In this case, I'm going to click Cancel because I'm not looking to create a preset. And then, boom, it gets sent exactly right where you were looking to send it to. Now you may be thinking, why would it be a bad idea to create my own presets? Why would it be a bad idea to save my favorite edits and my favorite looks and then just be able to use them at a later date for other photos and just click on the preset and then boom, have a great starting point? Because that's exactly what they are. They are starting points and foundations that you can use, and then you have to tweak them based off of white balance and then exposure and contrast and HSL, and the list goes on and on. Because every time that you do use a preset, every photo is different. You're going to have to make certain tweaks with certain things so then that way it can fit to the photo that you're editing. Why is this such a bad thing if there's so many great things that come out of it? You save time with editing and you start with a good foundation. You be able to save your favorite looks and edits for a later date. Well, it's not so much of a bad thing to save your own presets, but it's bad when you start to rely on them. Because it's so easy to be able to fall into a rut of relying on these overall looks that you've you know, saved over time because you want your stuff to look consistent. You want to be able to be known for a certain look that you've made, and it just goes on and on and on, especially when it comes down to creating a consistent grid for Instagram, which that is an entire other video for. But once you fall into this rut of using presets all the time, you can really become lazy and uncreative with your editing, because you'd figure that you would just go through all the presets that you made, find one that works pretty well with a photo, use that, do some tweaking, export, and be on your way. And in that case, you can really destroy your skill set. You can really start forgetting some of the things that you've had to learn with, you know, creating those looks that you've loved so much over the years, and learning how to do things with split toning and tone curves, and, you know, using creative ways with white balance and the color calibration and so on and so forth. And it can become such a bad habit to where you won't even feel like your work has improved. You'll feel like your work has just hit this plateau, and, you know, everything looks the same, and then you start to become very bored with editing, and you don't want that at all. And how I know all this is because I have fallen into this rut before, and it is so hard to get out. On the flip side of that coin, there are some really great things that can come out of them that really help you, that doesn't have anything to do with saving time or keeping your work consistent. And that's using them as a learning tool. And how you can use that is you go buy presets from the photographers that really inspire you, whether it be one photographer or 5 photographers, whatever. You can go and buy their presets and learn how they do things with, whether it be color contrast or split toning, using the tone curves, HSL, camera calibration. And when you use them as a learning tool, what you can do is you can take what you learned from them and you can apply it to your own skills and your own techniques, and then you can create something unique. It's kind of like how when musicians learn new songs, especially when it comes down to the bands that have inspired them, they'll learn, you know, all the different techniques. Like, let's say that you're a guitar player, you know, you would learn the riffs, you would learn the scales, the different arpeggios and slides and bends and hammer-ons and pull-offs and different ways of picking. And then what you would do is you would learn these said techniques and you would apply them to your own craft. So then that way, that's another tool under your belt that you can use to create your own songs and create your own unique sounds. Same thing when it comes down to using other photographers' ways of editing and their presets. But that is it for me today, folks. If you liked hanging out with me today, and I hope that you did, I hope that you got something from this video, because I'm really trying to help you stay out of a rut. Please remember to destroy the like button. It makes a huge difference. Hit up the comment section below. We can converse and talk and whatnot. Of course, if you have not yet, remember, you should definitely subscribe. And don't forget, always, just explore. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.